Having a great day. Welcome to Cooped Up Live. Should I say my sporadic, used to be daily, but now sporadic podcast, broadcast, whatever you want to call this cast, where I just talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. While we are waiting on folks to join, coopedup.com is my website. You can visit that at any time. I'm Cooped Up is my handle on all the socials. Would love to follow wherever you at. And this airs on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and then rebroadcast in audio format on the major podcasting platforms. Please click the bell, subscribe button, whatever they call it, so that you don't miss a second of the fun. Hey, Mama, how you doing today? I don't know why Google thinks I'm talking to it now. And I'm still making my card. I have been running around like crazy. Just got home with Mason. Claire's being brought home by a friend. Because Todd is out of town. Todd is out of town until Sunday. The saving grace of Todd being out of town until Sunday is Saturday is his birthday, and I still have no idea what I'm going to get him for his birthday. So, gives me a couple of more hours, I guess, because he gets back, I think, midday on Sunday. He's in California, Santa Monica right now, and then he's going out to Pasadena to see his sister for the weekend, and nephew and brother-in-law and all of that. And then he flies out. He flies back home. I'll tell you, today has been a fine day. Yesterday, I could have cut a bitch. Yesterday, as I posted on my Facebook last night, I considered it a success that I did not read down anyone Julia Sugarbaker-style, because it was just a day where I already was irritated when I woke up because, let's just get into it. So one of the things happening yesterday was that I was involved in a real estate transaction. We were closing on some stuff and all that kind of stuff. I won't get into the details of it, but it was a real estate transaction, a commercial real estate transaction. And for the days before, and including yesterday morning, all of the lawyers, all of the title company, everybody is suddenly like waking up and saying, oh, I need this form, I need that form, I need this signature, I need this person to do this. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And actually there's a common thread in all the things that were my what the fuck moments yesterday. And it was people who have planned this or have done things their whole life, who then wait to the last minute and think everyone else should just drop their shit and wait till the last and take care of everything. So if you run a title company, why is there this mad dash? If you've been working on something for 2 to 3 weeks, why is there this mad dash the last day before to make sure you have all the documents lined up? Is it the attorneys of the other people? I don't understand it. But there was at one point yesterday, they were like, oh, you need to get so-and-so to sign this. And I'm like, I cannot get a hold of so-and-so today. So-and-so is incapacitated, busy, and it's going to delay the closing until at least Monday if I have to track down so-and-so. And ultimately, they let me sign that piece of paper. But I mean, just like, so that was already my Monday. And it's usually the lender. In this case, it was not, though. That's the funny thing. In this case, it was not. I don't know what it was, but it just like blew my mind. All of the forms and all. And even the lender, this is why I don't. They do make loans like every day of the year, don't they? Except for Saturdays and Sundays, I guess. But every day of the year, lenders make loans. Was there not some sort of checklist like, hey, these are the forms that I need from you? Because that's the thing. It would be different if I'd been told, you need this document, you need this document, you need this document, and you need this document, and then I didn't give them to them. The problem was I wasn't told until the day before, you need this document, you need this, and it was all standard stuff, checklist stuff. Just print out a fucking checklist, give it to me, and let me go to town on it. Like that drives me nuts. And then the other thing that drove me nuts yesterday was at Mason's new school, the athletic director, her name is Coach Cammie. She could not get her shit together. And I'm naming names. I'm not on the board there. I don't plan to be on the board there. Maybe people need to know what's going on. It's a great school. We're enjoying the sports. We're enjoying Mason's actual coach. We are enjoying the running. Like Coach Karen is great for the cross country, all that kind of stuff. Love her. Coach Cammie, who is the athletic director, the one over all of them, she's got a nickname in the school, Last Minute Cammie. I was already warned about this when we started at the school. Last Minute Cammie. She told Mason on Monday, I guess it was, or maybe it was Tuesday. Yeah, I think it was Tuesday, that he needed to pick a teacher because he needed to be at the football game this Friday night at the stadium, so that it was teacher appreciation night. I'm getting all this mixed up. It was teacher appreciation night. He needed to pick a teacher as one of the student athletes to be there, and he needed to be there as well. And he's like, "Well, I'm not so sure that's gonna happen," because he knows me. I cannot stand last minute things. I cannot stand people assuming I can be somewhere, especially if it's somewhere I really don't want to be, like a high school football game. On a hot summer day in Texas. Even though technically it's fall as of today, but still, it's still 97 degrees. And then he was like, and then she made him feel like shit because he said he didn't know he was going to have to talk to his dad to see if he could even be there. And here's my other thing on that. So all of that, making him feel like shit, the last minute nature of it, all of that kind of stuff. What about the teacher? So say Mason picked Miss Mayo, his Spanish teacher, as his favorite teacher. I'm not saying that that's who it is. That's just the first name that came to mind. Miss Mayo. Say he picked her as the thing. So then they would, as of yesterday, go tell Miss Mayo, hey, you were chosen to get an award for teacher appreciation at this Friday's football game. Oops, it's the day after tomorrow. I hope you don't have any plans. After school, on your off time, on a weekend, all that kind of stuff. So I was just like, it was just all over me. And this is where my stubbornness, I'm not saying this is the most mature part of me, but the minute someone tries to force me to do something with urgency, and there's been plenty of opportunity to make sure that I know about it, it is the thing that I don't want to do. I get very immature and I start digging in my heels. And I'm like, I don't say no, but I just make sure that I don't have it. But I did tell her no. I sent her an email. And I was very kind in the email. I was very, I found out today that Mason was just notified yesterday that he needs to be at the game on Friday. That is not going to happen. We have other plans. And in the future, a little advance notice would be nice. A few weeks advance notice, considering you probably knew this was a planned event, would be optimal. Thanks. Yes. So, and that was really going to be my Suzanne Sugarbaker moment. Not my Julia Sugarbaker moment. Normally I'm Suzanne Sugarbaker, but I turned into Julia Sugarbaker. Suzanne Gentry Flodine is saying, I'm convinced lenders don't look at your shit until 24 hours. I am thinking that must be the case too. So there has got to be a business opportunity here or a market opportunity for like low stress things. Although, well, granted, when we sold the house 3 weeks ago, whenever it was that we sold the extra house we own, that sounded wrong. The house that we owned in the Bishop Arts District that I used as my office, when we sold that, it was a piece of cake, but we weren't doing the lender thing. We were getting the money. We weren't giving money. So who knows what they went through. And that was the night the lights went out in Texas. I was thinking to myself, I was like, and that was the night the coach just didn't show up to a football game. Yes. And my favorite thing about when Julia Sugarbaker, there's a couple of things about Julia Sugarbaker rants that I love. I love that she gets super staccato. She usually stands up also and has like her this specific pose where she kind of does the Superwoman thing. She gets super staccato. She says the person's name multiple times, and that Ray Don, that Marjorie, and she always adds an extra period in between the syllables if it's a multisyllabic word. And I also love that as soon as she tears them a new asshole and everything is going and it gets real hot, well, now you do. It gets real sweet and smiles. I love it. I love it. There's not a gay man of a certain age who does not have that entire, at least living in Dallas, that does not have that entire "The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia" scene monologue memorized. And the reason is, here in Dallas, they used to play it at the gay bars as every night. They would there's a couple of things that they would do. That was one of them. They would stop it, they would play that, and everyone recited it with it. It's like a bonding moment. I doubt that they do that. I haven't been to a gay bar in Dallas in probably 10 years. I don't know if they do that now. And the timing of my evening is different. We used to be getting ready, and we would start getting in the car at like 10:30, arrive at the club at 11. And now if I go out, I'm like, we're going to meet at 9 and we're going to be in bed by 10:30 because my knees hurt. Anyway. And then today has been a better day, although it started off kind of patchy. So because Todd is out of town, I'm having to take both kids to school. So we had to leave this. I made Claire go with us to take Mason. We got in the car at 7:10 this morning to have him at school. He can be there as early as 7:30. So I dropped him off at 7:31, got back on the road, and drove back here to Oak Cliff because Claire can't be there more than 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early, something like that. And she was leaving at 7:10 to go there, drop him off. So we made it there in 21 minutes. On the way back, Claire was 5 minutes late. She arrived at 8:05 this morning, like jumped out of the car at 8:05. That is how long it took us to get back. So I was in the car for almost an hour round trip. Yay. Yay me. Right? So I thought, oh shit, is this the day I'm going to have? It turned out to be a lovely day. Got a haircut. I don't know if you noticed. I didn't get it recolored. I just got it cut today. I always love a haircut day. I did a webinar on Canva shortcuts and hacks. If you know what Canva is, it's this graphic design program that it's so much easier than and dumbed down than like Photoshop or InDesign or any of those types of things. It's just, we make lots of just social media graphics and stuff with it. So watched a little webinar about that, little Canva hacks for an hour. Went to Taco Deli for lunch. Loved it. And then and I did some work today. Oh, yesterday also, y'all. I got to tell you about this. I was not going to post about it, and I was actually not going to say anything, but I'm like, what the hell? So yesterday, I get an email. You know, my PR firm specializes in building materials, right? Multi-Story Media is the name of my PR firm. It specializes in building materials, PR, and social media, as well as commercial real estate and commercial construction. And we're one of the only firms in the United States with a very specific building materials focus. There's like 5 of us, and people bounce around between the 5 firms. But so I get this email yesterday saying, hey, we love your work. We love your website. We love your experience. We love all of this about you. We want to talk about you potentially taking over PR for our building materials brand. And I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I get to the signature. It's from the assistant of one of my clients. I was like, so I texted a client, internal person there who is not the head client, but someone else. And I'm like, hey, I got this. Is there something I need to know? And she's like, oh God, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how it's going to turn out, but that was also part of my evening last night. So that was just the sunrise and sunset of my day yesterday. Anyway, it was a better day. Did a little work, all that kind of stuff. Went and got Mason just now. Claire's with a friend. I had a friend pick her up from school today. Friend's mom pick her up from school today, and they're just hanging out until like 5:30. And then today is also North Texas Giving Day. And if you're not in North Texas and you won't know what that is, but it is a day when every single nonprofit, it feels like, in the North Texas area spams the fuck out of their donors. If that's not really what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a day where we collectively come together and we raise a bunch of money for nonprofits. Yay, rah rah. And there's like these challenges. Actually, by the way, if you are wanting to support, uh, between 4 and 5 today. So currently at the moment, Eric Johnson, who is a fan here, he and his husband Mark are doing a matching grant, for up to $5,000, I think, if you donate money through North Texas Giving Day to the SPCA. So if you go to SPCA, if you donate $100, they'll donate $100 up to $5,000. So really good thing there. It's a lot of good stuff. I've come around on it. Like, I see the good about it. The problem is every single charity you have ever had any passing relationship with, whether it be you've actually given them a gift, whether you went to one of their events, whether you just saw them at something and signed up for a contest, whatever. If they have your email address, you are suddenly getting like 6 emails today from these. So you got the yesterday you got the tomorrow's North Texas Giving Day. Don't forget, this morning you got it's North Texas Giving Day. Here's how you donate. You get the late morning one. Oh, the morning's almost up. Have you given your gift? About an hour later, you get it's the middle of the day. Did you give your gift? We're doing so well. Mid-afternoon. Oh, the main part of the day's over, and then we'll still probably get like 3 or 4 today. And I'm not kidding. When I say this, I am not exaggerating. You get like 6 to 7 emails from each charity that you've had any passing relationship with. One good thing is it is a great way to get off of their email list, because you get their email and you just hit the unsubscribe button. So, and I know I sound like a Grinch, and I don't mean to be. I don't mind charities that I'm genuinely involved in. My kids' school, Uptown Players, SPCA, that sort of stuff. I don't mind getting things from them. It's the organizations that I have no established long-term interest in or relationship, aside from maybe I was invited to an event or something like that. That's the one that bothers me. Don't spam the fuck out of me. So, and actually, you know what? I'm getting so tired of being spammed about stuff in general. Guess whose email list I unsubscribed from today? Joe Biden's. Yes, I kid you not. And I'm a big Joe supporter. I'm a big Democrat. I have no problem with email updates and all that stuff. The quantity of stuff that I am getting right now from the Democrats and Joe Biden, and I'm sure the other side is doing the same thing to their people. I finally was like, you know what? I already know who I'm voting for. I don't need your email. That's the other thing. That's why I don't watch the debates. I already know who I'm voting for. I don't need to watch it. I don't need to keep up. Anyway, Beyonce is in the house today too. Beyonce is currently about, I would say, 8 miles away from my house. She has her big concert here in Dallas. I did not get tickets. So at first I was like, I don't want to go. They're expensive. And it's at AT&T Stadium, which is like the worst to get in and out of. You park 6 miles away. You walk for 432 minutes. You get in the building, then you have to walk for another 432 minutes just to get to your seat. It's crowded. Like I said, it's huge. Everything is so far away from each other. And then it takes you 2 hours to get home. So I just don't enjoy going there for Cowboys games, for concerts, anything like that. But that's like where Taylor Swift was. Beyonce. I think Taylor Swift and Beyonce are the only two that really perform there. Did YouTube perform there? I don't think they did. But anyway, at first I was like, okay, and they're expensive and all that stuff. Well, now that I'm seeing all the videos, I'm like, it looks like a really fucking good show. I like Beyonce a lot. I wouldn't say I'm a super fan, but I know most of the words to most of the songs. I actually could tell you the song order of Renaissance. I love that album. But and Raven is saying the acoustics in that place are horrible. Could not be worse than the baseball stadium one. Those acoustics were the worst. But now that I've seen all the hoopla and what the stage looks like, and that Blue Ivy dances, that's her daughter, and all this stuff, I'm kind of like jealous that I'm not going tonight. So the sound system sucks. Yes. I have to wonder, does she bring in her own stuff? What I saw is that she has Taylor Swift also has 2 stages, and they just leapfrog over. So there's another one. I guess maybe she's going to Houston next. I think she was just there, actually. I mean, I don't know where she's going next. Where she's going next, they're already setting it up. for a show tomorrow night or the night after that. And then this one, they'll immediately start tearing it down and send it to the second next spot, right? And yes, U2 performed there also. So it's only people like George Strait, I think, performed there as well. But it's like a mega people. Even Madonna is not performing there, which that is a great segue. Today, I got an email from the suite salesperson at American Airlines Center. So originally, Madonna was scheduled to perform in Dallas last night. She and Beyonce were going to be like head to head this. No, it was last night. It was her Madonna last night, Beyonce tonight. And I know Madonna was like 3 concerts. It was like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I think, actually. But, she got sick and canceled or postponed it all. Well, they've re-announced the dates. It's going to be in late March, like March 24th, 25th, 23rd, 24th, something like that. And originally the suite sales were for an 18-person suite. It was $25,000. Yes, I said that correctly. And for a 20-person suite or 22-person suite, whatever the next one is, it was like $30,000. Well, the prices are a little different now. They're still high, but for the 18-person suite, they have reduced it from $25,000 to $15,000 for the 18-person suite. So like basically in half at that point. And then the other one, the 20, 23, whatever, how many people are in it, it went from 30 something down to 18. So I still don't want to go. I don't want to see Madonna that badly. I'm the bad gay who just does not think she is all that in a bag of chicken. But anyway. And then the only other thing in my life that is going on, one of the nice things I'll tell you about not having a broadcast every day, I miss y'all when I don't do it. I feel guilty when I don't do it. Half the time it's just I forget or I've gotten busy with something else. But is that I can just keep my list going and I can do like 4 days worth of content in one show. Donita is saying Madonna won't show up on time, so good call. I have heard that she sometimes shows up as much as 3 and 4 hours late. Like, does she still do that now? Like, I think she's on tour still now. Is she doing that still right now? I've not heard anything, but I think she's in Europe right now, so we probably wouldn't hear about it. Aaron is saying, if I promise to vote for you, I want to be removed from all email lists. I agree. And Sandy's saying, I loved Madonna back in the day, but she's gotten weird, and maybe she was always weird, and we just didn't care. Yeah, she was like a cool kind of weird. And I think now we've all moved on the same spectrum with her, and we're as weird as she used to be. And so she's had to move up the spectrum, and now she's like extra weird, and we're old. So, but anyway, what I was going to say is, I don't know if your phones, watches, iPads, all of these things downloaded the new iOS 17 in the last 2 days. Mine, all of them have. I will say on the whole, I like it a lot. I like it on the watch a lot, especially on the phone. I'm still trying to figure out where things are. I haven't really looked around on my iPad. I look at my iPad in the morning to read the news and to play games. I play Sudoku, New York Times connections. What else do I play? Wordle actually is one. I do Wordle first, then connections, then Sudoku, and then I'll usually play like a couple of other games, usually like process of elimination games. But anyway, tangent. On my phone, the only thing I don't like about major upgrades is suddenly you don't know where shit is and they don't tell you where shit is. So I'm on the phone yesterday and I'm talking to someone and they're like, hey, do you have so-and-so's number? I'm like, sure, let me look it up. Well, it used to be you could pull your phone away from your ear. You could look at the screen and it had like a contacts thing where you could push and you could see your contacts. It doesn't have that anymore. And so I had to get out of the phone. I almost turned the phone off. It sounds like old people talk, right? But anyway, that's what I had to do yesterday. So there's lots of little things like that, which I'm sure will become second nature eventually. They changed before with the last one. They changed before with the last one. So just like get on board. The watch one, I think, is smarter. The buttons do different things now than they used to. And they all have a very dedicated thing, which I think I can appreciate a lot. But anyway, so that was just old man ranting in the wind, I guess, on that. So Sandy says not upgraded yet. I think that, so the kids, one of the kids has, one of them has not. I forced the upgrade on my iPad, I think. It said that it was an optional, and I just went ahead and did it. I'm like, I like being an early adopter. I like doing it first. I like being early. And by the time they have the public release, it's already been out with the testers for like 4 months. So it's not a bad deal. So anyway, all right. Well, that's all I have today. Let me see if there were anything that I missed in the thing. If you are going to Beyonce tonight, have fun. Please take some videos. And that is one concept. I normally don't like a lot of videos and stuff. Oh, I remember it was Adele. Adele, there has been so many videos coming out about Adele identifying people in the audience that she sees while she is performing. I cannot love her more than that. Like she is just so in tune and connected to everybody. One of my favorites. And actually, I would say Adele is, so Whitney has emeritus status as Lil Gay Boy's favorite singer ever, right? Whitney Houston always will be number one. Can't knock her off that spot no matter what you do, whatever. Whitney is number one, but number one emeritus. Current number one, I would say, is Adele. Adele is so sweet, smart, kind, sharp-witted, hilarious, all of these things, the songs. Like she is just going to be, if she's not already enough of an icon, I think she is going to be a super, super duper iconic person in most of our lives. But the care that she has for her audience, I love it. But there's this one video that came out where she's talking to this guy and he's just throwing so much information at her and it's so chaotic and it's hilarious. You have to look for it. But anyway, but if you're going to Beyonce tonight, take video. I normally don't like when I see people doing video, but this is one show that I do, and I would like to see what you're seeing. Enjoy wearing silver. I think everyone's wearing silver. And don't forget the mute challenge. When she goes, look around, everybody on mute. You got to be quiet. Don't sing the rest of the song until she tells you to. It's a challenge between cities. We're going to win this. So, all righty. Well, with that, I'm going to say bye. I love you. It's important to know you were loved. I love that you watched this. Thank you so much. I do miss you when I'm away. Take care of yourself. Don't should yourself to death. No good comes from should. And with that, I'm going to say bye. I'll see you next time on Cooped Up Live. Should I say, talk to you later. Bye.